Toaster Pip here again, and I've got a detailed explanation of my mob spawner. But first, just kind of show you around the updated house here. Got a bunch of storage and actually made another portal. As you can see, you got a farm up here, and the water feature is actually a collection basin. And got a mushroom farm, although it hasn't been very productive. But again, pretty slow spread. Actually, yeah, let's go up here. And I got the beacon there. Just let it load up here. I figured I'd build that just so it'd be easier to find things. Got a little hot tub up there. Actually, it's not very much hot tub. Bathtub. And I went and I repurposed the toaster tower into vertical farm, I suppose. I suppose you could call it a vertical farm. Anyway, to the top here. And this is just after 1.6 came out, so here's the map. And I went ahead and explored the entire area around here. It's actually kind of neat. I had hoped that the beacon would show up on the map better than it does, but oh well. It will not. But yeah. As I said, I've got another portal there, and I'm going to show you how to build a mob spawner. You're going to need some buckets. You're going to need minimum 4 buckets. 2 for water and 2 for lava. Although you could get away with just 2 if you have water on hand. Yeah, grab some cobblestone here. And this is before I learned the shift click trick, so. But yeah, got my lava storage here. Got a couple buckets. Now you need to find a suitable location. The best places are over water, because there's less land for them to spawn on. And ideally you'd be doing this over like a big ocean, but I don't see the need for it here. What you're gonna want to do is come out into the water, and then you need to build a 4x4 shaft, like a hollow shaft, so that you've got a 2x2 hole. And I mean, I'm speeding this up because this would take a long time to just show it all at normal speed. Had to go back and get some dirt. But yeah, then you fill it up because don't want water in there. Turn it peaceful because night's coming on and you really don't want mobs spawning on us while we're doing this. Mark the direction we want to take the grinder. And I mean that's not really important, but I find it's nice to have it set in a certain direction. Kind of counting how far up I've gone, or far down I suppose. You need to dig this down at least 24 blocks. You could in theory go down to the bedrock, but or actually you'd have to go 3 levels above it, I believe. 3 or 4. Anyway, minimum 24. Now you need to dig out a tunnel here for the water to push the mobs into the grinder. And again, this can be any length as well, as long as it's more than 2. But I figured I'd go for I think the full 8, I believe. Yeah, and that, I mean, you don't need to put the space for the water source is up one block, you can put it on the main level, but I don't know why, I just like the look of it when it's down one. And I'll turn the contrast up so you can actually see here. Now, this is where our grinder blade is going to come out to, and from there, you need to dig 4, so, well, 3 here, but you need to dig it so that you'll have 4, lava flows 4 blocks, so you need to dig it out appropriately. And got your lava here. You put the lava down, and for the moment seal it up before it kills you. Now what you want to do is you want to dig down. And again, you can dig down however far you want, but I mean, you only need 2 down, technically. And these ladders will keep the lava suspended and the water from meeting the lava, which basically prevents it from turning into a cobblestone generator. Oh hey, a cave. Anyway, I think I'm gonna kind of cut out the digging out part of the main cave here. Or of the, not the cave, but of the room. Anyway, yeah. So here we go. And this one, it's a little more important to put it up 1 block. I don't know why, it just works better for some reason. And get your water flow going this way. And, what am I like? Oh, okay. Wait, forgot to plug that back. Plug that one hole back up so it falls down. Now, this isn't going to be the prettiest setup, but it's going to work. So that's all we really need. I should have taken all the cobblestone that I did, but that's not right. And there we go. So as you can see, the water flow is suspended, and at this point we can actually knock out those blocks and let our blade show up there. And there you go. That is technically a functional monster grinder. I cut out the part digging up the, digging out and up. So this is where we are going to end up. And now we get to build the actual monster spawner floor. And I'm taking 4 buckets just because it's easier. Now, this pattern that I'm going to show you is just repeated basically ad infinitum, however many floors you want, and it's like 5 or 6 floors per, or 5 or 6 block stacks per floor, something like that. I don't know, I haven't actually counted. I probably should. But anyway, so what you want to do is you want to go out 9 with the block immediately adjacent to the hole as you 1. So you're going 8 blocks out from the central shaft you put. This is because water flows 8 blocks. Once you've got that, you just extend it out on all to all 4 sides. And again, you're cutting this down, or speeding this up for time. But yeah, now that you've got your big cross here, you go up 1 at the very end block, and now you need to make a perimeter. And again, I mean, once you've got 1 floor down, this becomes a lot easier. This is the hardest part, just getting it set up initially. But yeah, here we go. We have this perimeter, and where that perimeter comes up is actually going to be the floor. So now what you do is you basically make your perimeter expand like this, so that you have these channels. And now you got to fill in each of those squares. So I'm going to cut that out. Yeah, so here we have our squares, and now we get to make it an active spawn core. So you need to, you're going to need an infinite water spring here. And again, this can be repeated however many times you want for every floor. Just grab some buckets here. And you want to put a water source, or 2 water sources, at the farthest reaches of each channel. Like that. Just finish filling these in. And the purpose of the water sources is, of course, to push monsters down into the hole so that they can go say hello to the grinder. And now just fill in the water source. Just basically, you get to fill in the spring, because we don't need it anymore. And just knock out these blocks so that this channel becomes active. And there we go. I broke my shovel. And I added that little thing just so we can get there. Now comes the fun part. This is the walls. And again, I don't remember if I sped it up or cut it out. Again, this is a couple weeks after I did the editing. So, we'll see in a sec. Oh, I just sped it up. Okay. But basically, you want to make the floors 4 up, I believe. Yeah. It's 4 up, and then you just repeat the floor, and I could have left that block there, but whatever. Then you just repeat the channels and the floor, and once you seal it up, and I always light the top floor because I never make it an active floor because things can fall off, right? And that's just not efficient. But anyway, you light up the top, and now that the floor below is sealed in, it will spawn monsters regardless of whether it's day or night. And again, as I mentioned in the previous video, the rate tends to pick up during the day because there's fewer dark places for mobs to spawn. And I'll just fill that in. Anyway, that just go down here and show you the grinder room. And again, this is 26 blocks down from sea level, so I think it's 27 down from where the little entryway thing is. But as you can see, I've put a water block in there to push items out. And now we've got something coming down. What's spider? And spider is dead, and here comes the string. Or no, the string will be coming now. Again, a couple weeks. But I would have made this video like 10 minutes if I had if I hadn't had so much footage to show you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a good one.